Welcome back everyone, and today we're going to look at something a little bit different. Still technology, but we're talking phone technology today. So, I have been an Apple fanboy for years. I love these things. They were the best thing out. Now, I've probably got pretty much every Apple product, I've got to be honest. Well, version of it anyway. I didn't start with the iPhone originally. Other people in my work did. I just chose not to do it at the time. I preferred my Motorola Flip and everything else and BlackBerry. Everyone else in my company wanted iPhones. So we got them iPhones. And it wasn't until the iPhone 4 came along that I loved the style of it and I went, that's it, that's the one. And I've been hooked ever since. I love the cameras on these things are amazing. The software is amazing. Their whole enclosed ecosystem works perfectly. And fair play to them. You know, they've done a cracking job. I love the fact that it is closed. Apple don't change. That works really, really well for you. But at the same time, I was getting a bit bored. And I didn't upgrade to the 12. I waited. And I was just about to get the next one, the 13 or whatever comes out. And I was going to get a new watch as well. So I've still got the old watch at the moment. But I was getting a bit bored. And I think bored is the right word here. I was getting bored. I was getting bored of the design. You know, when they went to this, it was nice. Then they went back to the iPhone 4 style. And I thought, why? Why can't you innovate anymore? What? Yeah, it was annoying me. Then I saw an advert for this. It's a Samsung Flip. And I was like, you know what? That looks pretty good. And this is the new version 3. And yeah, I needed to change. So I changed. I got that. And I also, the other thing that persuaded me is the new Apple Watch renders were released. And it looked very much like the phone. And in fairness, that did not float my boat in the slightest. So I went for the Galaxy Watch 4 as well to match the phone and to keep it all in the same ecosystem. So yeah, I have switched away from Apple. Was it painful? Not as much as it could have been. I was quite impressed. So we've got software on here that transfers. The Samsung transferred pretty much everything over. There's a few apps it didn't, but it transferred data as well, which I was really impressed at. Didn't like the calendar integration because I use iCloud, but copied everything onto here, and that was a pain in the backside trying to get rid of it. But Microsoft installed Outlook on here. Amazing. Works brilliantly, connects to my calendar. I don't have to change my iCal. I still use it on all my Macs. I still use it on my iPads. Everyone's synced with it in my family. I'm not going to change that, in all fairness. Microsoft sorted that problem, which was really unusual for a company like Microsoft to be sorting a problem I've got with Apple. But they did, and it works seamlessly. So now all my calendar, all my emails are all on here perfectly. I'm impressed. Yes, there are a few little bits, but I love the fact I can customize this to the hilt. That's also its downside. That's where Apple comes in the fact that you can't customize it. Yeah, I can see where that's a benefit because there's so many options. Which one do I choose? Do I get that one? Do I get the other? Do I pay for that? Yeah, so that's its downside, but it's also its benefit as well. But I love the fact I've got a new style phone. It's also bigger, quite a bit bigger actually. If we look at this onto there, it's the same width, but in terms of lengthwise, which gives me a huge, huge screen, which is lovely, and I love that. Yeah, Max was the next one I was going to get onto that, unfortunately, but it's in my pocket. I just don't want it. It's too heavy, too bulky. I've gone past those days, but I need a bigger screen because I need to be able to see the text. My eyes are not what they used to be. So this fitted that bill. I like the fact I can just stand it up anywhere and watch something. That's quite a neat little feature. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to last. I'm a bit dubious about that screen bending, but we shall see. Nonetheless, I've bought into that for the next year. And I've got to work out how to get rid of all those tones because it does my head in. But yeah, we've got that for the next year, so we'll see. We'll get the watch and have a look. I'm going to put up a few tips in a bit of things that I had to go through to save you some trouble if you're thinking of switching from an iPhone to an Android device, especially the Samsung. Because it's got a few apps on there which are quite nice as well. But yes, really, really pleased. Time will tell. We'll do an update halfway through the year. See how I'm getting on with an Android device in an Apple world. Okay, so after doing the Samsung transfer, which I connected a cable into the phone, I realised that the calendar it transferred across was just putting it onto the phone. It's not what I wanted. It was a real pain in the backside. Wasn't live updating. It was just on the phone, and I didn't want that. I still wanted to use my iCalendar. So the problem with that then is you've got to delete all your entries, add thousands of entries. There is no easy way to do that at all with the Samsung thing. Someone fixed this problem by creating this little app here that we got, Calendar Toolbox. It allows you to go in, delete the main calendar, and you do need to create one again or else the app keeps crashing. Just call it My Calendar again. That's it, job done. Works a treat. Yeah, that's worth it. So Outlook came pre-installed, and this allowed me to use my iCloud calendar, and it allowed me to use all my different email accounts that we've got as well. My only downside to that is it doesn't allow HTML or rich text signatures. Not good enough for me. So although it works, it's also a bit archaic in its design. I think Microsoft don't really like to push the boat out. I then switched to two separate apps, and the app that I've chose for email is Spark Email, that allows full HTML signatures. So far, seems really good, really impressed with it. Amazed this thing was free, but go figure. And the calendar that I'm using is One Calendar. This syncs perfectly with my iCloud, just works brilliantly. Now bear in mind that if you are using the iCloud stuff, you do need to go and create an app generic password so it doesn't ask for two-factor authentication all the time. Works brilliantly, really easy to do. Go to your Apple ID and just generate one yourself there into that. And I've just generated one for my Samsung phone. That's it, job done. So those are the main little apps that I've chosen to help me on my journey. Hope they help you too. Hope you like that. Something slightly different. Hope it gave you some information if you're thinking of doing a switch as well. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.